All right, today we're diving deep into a really fascinating vision of the end times. We're talking about a step by step cosmic blueprint for how the universe ends, how humanity is resurrected, and how that final judgment all goes down. Let's get right into it. So, when you think apocalypse, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For a lot of us, it's probably the sound of a horn or a trumpet, right? Well, forget all that. The source we're looking at today suggests something totally different, something that sounds more like divine information technology. It asks us to picture the end not as a sound, but as a signal. At the very heart of this story is something called El Sor. Now, the source is clear. This isn't a trumpet. It's a light-based device. Think of it like a cosmic server or a divine hard drive that holds a file for every single thing that ever existed, its image, its data, its very essence. And the angels, they don't play it, they operate it. They blow or click it to send out these massive, universe-altering commands. It totally reframes the whole idea from ancient mythology to something more like divine data processing. Okay, so what happens when that first command is sent? This is called the first blow, and it's not a small event. It triggers the complete and total deconstruction of the entire universe as we know it, a full system reset. I mean, what a powerful visual, right? It's not a chaotic, messy explosion. It's described as something deliberate, something organized. The very fabric of the heavens gets folded up, nice and neat, just like you'd roll up a scroll and put it away. It suggests total control, total precision. And what's really wild is how methodical this whole unraveling is. The source lays it out in specific stages. First, the sun just gets wrapped up and goes dark. Then, the stars fall and scatter. After that, the things we see as permanent, like mountains, they get completely uprooted. The oceans themselves are set on fire, until finally all the different heavens just collapse back into one single sky. And that's the end result of that first blow. The entire universe is hit with a factory reset, taking it back to its primordial state, what the source calls a joined entity. It's a complete blank slate. No sun, no moon, no stars. Just emptiness, ready for the next phase. Okay, now for the second command from the device. With the cosmos totally reset, the focus shifts. It's no longer about the cosmic, it's about the human. The second blow isn't about unmaking, it's about remaking. Specifically, the resurrection of every single person who has ever lived. This imagery is just, wow. It is not a gentle, peaceful awakening. The source describes this mass emergence on a scale that's almost impossible to imagine. It compares all of resurrected humanity to a swarm of locusts, just spreading out and covering the land. You get the sense of overwhelming numbers, of confusion, all happening everywhere at once. So for the people being resurrected, the first feeling isn't joy or relief. It's pure, absolute shock and terror. They wake up completely disoriented with no idea what's going on. Their very first words are a question, this cry of confusion. Who woke us up? Who raised us from our sleeping place? And that confusion quickly gives way to the main event, the climax of this entire cosmic process, the Day of Judgment. Now that everyone's been brought back, the great sorting of souls can finally begin. According to the source, humanity is divided into three, and only three, distinct categories. You have the forerunners. These are the ones brought near, the most righteous. Then, the companions of the right, who are the righteous believers. And finally, the companions of the left, the disbelievers. Every single soul gets placed into one of these groups. So how does this all get decided? Well, the source talks about these cosmic scales of justice being set up. And on these scales, every single deed you've ever done is weighed. I mean, nothing is missed. Even an action that's only the weight of a tiny mustard seed, it gets put on the scale. It really points to this idea of perfect record-keeping, of ultimate accountability. And this, for me, is one of the most striking details of the whole thing. You can't really argue your case, because your own body becomes the witness against you. Your hands will literally testify about what they touched. Your feet will testify about where they walked. Your tongue about what it said. There's just no escaping it. So, once the judgment is over, and every single soul has been weighed and sorted, the final destinations are revealed. And the outcome is completely binary, totally absolute. It's either paradise for the righteous or hell for the condemned. And you can see the contrast laid out right here. It couldn't be more stark. On the one hand, you have paradise, described as a place of total pleasure and peace. People are on thrones, they're greeted with peace, there's no negativity at all. But then you look at the other side. Hell is a place of regret and punishment, with 7 gates, shackles, and physical torment.
And the source material gets really lush with the details for paradise. It paints this picture of ultimate luxury and peace. We're talking beautiful gardens with rivers flowing underneath, wearing bracelets of gold and fine silk, being served by eternal youths, and having companions described as being like pearls well protected. It's all meant to convey a state of absolute bliss.
Now, for the other destination, the details are just as specific, but, well, they're chilling. For example, one of the 7 gates of hell is specifically named Sakar, and standing guard over just that one gate are exactly 19 angels. That specific number is presented as a sign, a stark reminder for humanity. This quote really drives home that feeling of utter finality and just regret. See, hell isn't just a place you're sent to. It's brought right into view for everyone to see. And in that moment, full understanding and memory come flooding back to the condemned. But by then, it's way too late. That memory doesn't save them. It just brings the full weight of their choices crashing down. So we've just walked through the core blueprint from this one particular source. If this is something you're interested in and you want to explore these ideas and read more from the author who put this vision together, you can find their work at nor4u.com. So to wrap this all up, let's end with this thought. We've just explored a vision where every single action is recorded, every soul is judged, and the entire cosmos is reset just to make sure justice is perfectly served. It's a system of absolute order. So what does our fascination with these kinds of detailed blueprints for the end of everything really say about us? About our own deep-seated need for meaning, for accountability, and maybe for the belief that in the end it will all make sense. That's something to think about. Thanks for joining us.